Hi guys, I do have an afternoon editorial for you. It comes out of Bridgeport, Connecticut. I just found out about this. I'm going to put a link to a video in the description box below and two stories, one from WTNH and one from CT Post, which I believe is a Connecticut Post. And they'll be in the description box below. WTNH is a shorter story. I'm going to go through that. I'm going to go through both of them, but the CT Post is really long. If you have some time, I'm going to go through them though and give you as much as I can. Another cop. Now I watched the video, and I'm not going to say that the young man that got out of the red car is without blame. He wasn't listening. He wasn't following commands. And I know people say, well, who cares about cops? Look, if a cop tells you to do something, just fucking do it. Because if you don't, you're going to get hit or shot. The kid he doesn't put his hands out the window when he's told to. He gets out of the car, he's fumbling with his pants, puts his hands in the air. The cop should have never hit him though. That was assault, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. The cop overreacted and used excessive force and assaulted the kid. Proof in it is that the cop's been suspended pending an investigation. He's been taken off duty. So both were to blame. The kid's not without blame. Cop tells you to get out and put your hands in the air. Get out and put your fucking hands in the air. Don't fumble with your pants. Tighten your belt. Put your fucking hands in the air. But the cop is dead wrong. He should have never hit that kid. He should have said, I said get on the ground, blah, 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 whatever. Turn around. Gave him more commands. He just walked up and hit him. But we're going to go through that. Okay. So I have watched the video. It's in the description box below along with these two stories. Here we go. Bridgeport police are investigating one of their own after a Facebook video of an officer hitting a juvenile went viral on Saturday. The incident happened on Kossuth Street in Bridgeport. In a Facebook video posted by someone who goes by Stax Rivera. Stax, ain't that the name of the guy in the movie Goodfellas? He didn't turn out so well. Let's go on. In a Facebook video posted by someone who goes by Stax Rivera on the site, the officer is shouting for the juvenile to get his hands out the window. An officer with a flashlight then approaches the passenger side of the vehicle. The juvenile then steps out of the car on the driver's side, appears to adjust his pants, and puts both his hands up. A second officer then runs up to him and hits the juvenile on the head with his department-issued pistol. The juvenile then lands on the ground. Now, if you watch the video, it wasn't like that then he put his hands up, then he gets hit. He was fumbling with his pants, and as soon as he put his hands up, he got hit. So it all happened like bam, bam, all at once. I still think the officer was wrong. News 8 has requested permission to share the video, but have not yet received a response. Well, it's already on YouTube. It's all over the place. The officer taken off duty was identified by police as Gianni Caposiello. Mayor Joe Ganim released a statement regarding the issue, saying, quote, I have not seen the video, but if the evidence shows anything near what has been described, this will not be tolerated, and calls for immediate and swift action. No acts consistent with what has been described to me will be tolerated from any member of the Bridgeport Police Department. I will do everything in my power to ensure accountability and a speedy internal investigation. I will have more to add upon review of the video and when I receive further information about the incident. Bridgeport Chief of Police Armando Perez also released a statement saying, quote, as soon as I became aware of the video this afternoon, I ordered the officer to be taken off duty. Following the officer's dismissal from duty, I instructed Internal Affairs to retain the dash cam and body cam videos of the arrest scene and to begin an investigation. Everything that can immediately be done to address this incident has been done. So right now they're scrambling. They're in scramble mode. They're trying to get everything together, make sure we don't screw this up. Because right now, anything that happens with law enforcement, police chiefs and mayors and city managers, they're freaking out right now. But this story right here is another reason you always record the police. Thank you, Stax Rivera, for recording the cops. Because Stax, you got what happened, and we've seen it. I've seen the video. Thank you, Stax. Appreciate you. Get out there and record the police, guys. Always record the police. Moving on. The arrest report written by Capiciello states that the police initiated a felony stop after they learned the vehicle the juvenile was driving matched the description and registration of a stolen vehicle. According to the report by Capiciello, after the juvenile was handcuffed and placed in the car, he was discovered to be in possession of a substance that had packaging consistent with packaging for heroin. Due to concerns that the substance potentially contained fentanyl, it wasn't tested in the field. The arrest report states that Capiciello informed his superior on the scene he'd struck the juvenile in the head area with the magazine well of his department-issued pistol. Police say a use of force report was attached to the arrest report. Are they allowed to do that? Use the magazine port of the pistol? That could be excessive use of force. I don't know. Because I don't know what their policy states, what they can use. But that seems kind of, you can use a baton, but not in the head. I don't know. Now this is that was the WTNH out of Bridgeport story. I'm going to give you the CT Post story, which is quite lengthier. It might be a little redundant, bear with me, but it's also got additional information that I didn't go over right here. The teen was charged with possession with intent to sell first-degree larceny, tampering with physical evidence, and interfering with an officer. Since he is a juvenile, he was released into the custody of his mother, the report said. This was not the first time Capiciello's conduct on the job has been called into question. On June 27, 2018, he was involved in an incident with City Councilwoman Karen Jackson's son, in which a taser was used on the teenage boy. Jackson later filed a complaint against the officers, claiming excessive force. The status of that investigation was unknown on Saturday. In Capiciello's reporting of that June 2018 incident, he said he used his taser to hit the teen multiple times with the bottom portion to the shoulder area, adding that the teen finally went to the ground after a struggle. Investigation is underway. Boy, he does that Wyatt Earp thing, because Wyatt Earp used to use the butt of his pistol to hit people with. He said he used the bottom portion of his taser. He really likes doing that, don't he? This Capiciello guy, boy, he's seen Tombstone too many times. Perez said he contacted Deputy Chief James Baraja, that's Perez, the police chief Armando Perez, said he contacted Deputy Chief James Baraja and Captain Brian Fitzgerald, head of the Detective Bureau, and also sent the video to the Office of Internal Affairs for immediate investigation. Boy, I am dry. How dry I am. So, Chief Armando Perez said, quote, upon arrival to police headquarters, the officer was sent home on administrative leave with pay pending the outcome of the investigation. So he's been suspended with pay. Sergeant Chuck Paris, head of the police union, could not immediately be reached for comment. Chief Perez said the driver was in a vehicle that had been reported stolen in Westport. The chief emphasized the video clip on Facebook showed only a part of the incident, and uniform camera footage would be reviewed to learn more of what happened. Still, Perez found what he saw concerning. It don't matter what the kid did. Look, if he stole a car, people are going to jump on my video and go, he was a thug, man, he stole a car, he had drugs. But you know what? It doesn't matter if he had drugs. It doesn't matter if he stole a car. It doesn't matter in that you don't just walk up and smack the kid in the head with the gun when he's trying to put his hands up. Now, I understand. I'm not giving criminals a pass, by the way. If this kid stole a car, if he had fentanyl on him, he's a fucking criminal. And he's a thug. That does not warrant the police running up and hitting him in the head with their gun while he's putting his hands up. Okay, he's a stupid idiot. He's fumbling with his fucking pants instead of going, don't shoot, But stupidity isn't a reason for the cops to smack him in the head with their gun when he's just standing there with his hands up. Use some more verbal commands. Why did they run up on him anyway? Why weren't they back there going, turn around, walk backwards towards my voice? Why weren't they doing any of that? You know why? because the cop is a freaking thug himself. The cop went running up there like, I'm going to get this kid. Watch this. I'm going to make this fucking arrest. Pow! Yeah! Fuck, bitch! You know? I'm a little too excited about this one, aren't I? I'm just tired. It's the end of the day. This is my Friday. But the cop was acting like a thug himself. That's why he ran up on the kid. He was running out. He wanted to hit that kid. Otherwise, he would have stayed back there and said, turn around. Put your hands in the air. Walk backwards towards my voice. Stop. Get on your knees. That's how it's done. Okay, that's how it's done. You don't run up and bash him in the head with your gun. And I've seen the video. It's in the description box below. Now, moving on, Chief Perez went on to say, quote, I will not tolerate anyone abusing anyone in that manner. We want to be totally transparent. Cops and transparency. In the online footage, an officer can be heard yelling, hands out the window. Now, this is the video. To a male subject in a red vehicle pulled over on the side of the roadway. The officer yells the command a second time, then get your hands out the window. As he and another officer approach the red car on foot from out of camera frame, one officer approaches on the passenger side with his flashlight out while the other heads for the driver's side as the driver exits the vehicle. As the driver gets out of the vehicle, the officer can be heard demanding the driver to put his hands up and turn around. The driver appears to lift up his pants before putting his arms in the air, facing away from the officer. As he puts his hands up is when the cop runs up and hits him. But as the driver faces away, the officer tells him to get the blink on the ground before hitting him in the head with his gun, and he does. This is really lengthy. There's a lot more here. You guys got to read this. I put the link below. But I do want to get to where the council members talk. So, city council members, I'm going to say it again. Sorry, guys. City council members, Anita Martinez and Ernest Newton, who represent the East End and frequently work with Blackwell on public safety matters, were both angered over the footage. Anita Martinez called it totally disgusting and totally unacceptable. Newton said, it is the type of behavior that defeats efforts to restore trust between residents and their police force. He said, quote, you see it point blank. That was an aggressive police action. The man put his hands up and he hits him, which is true. The kid was starting to do this and he got hit in the head. The Bridgeport Department and Perez, whom Mayor Ganem made acting chief in 2016 and permanent top cop late last year, have been under intense scrutiny since the fatal May 2017 shooting of a 15-year-old Jason Negron by a rookie cop. Though that officer was cleared of wrongdoing, following a state probe, several other officers have since been involved in various scandals. What's going on in Bridgeport? We got any cop watchers in Connecticut? A lawsuit filed Wednesday in U.S. District Court alleged 3 members of the department used excessive force on 3 University of Bridgeport students in 2017. On the same night, a separate group of police officers used excessive force while breaking up a party on Colorado Avenue. In its report on the latter incident, the Colorado Avenue party, the Office of Internal Affairs found 17 Bridgeport police officers lied on official reports. Well, they lied? Really? What? Get out of here. And violated regulations that night. I'm not surprised. Meanwhile, the department continues to face questions over the arrest of 11 protesters and a Hearst reporter at a May 9, 2019 event marking the 2nd-year anniversary of Negron's death. Most recently, the city refused to turn over uniform camera video from the incident. Well, of course, they don't want to make themselves look stupid. The Reverend Cash Shaw is head of the Council of Churches of Greater Bridgeport, which, since the Negron shooting, has been pressuring Ganem and Perez to institute more training for police officers, particularly when it comes to diffusing tense situations. After watching the footage from Friday, Cash Shaw, the Reverend, said she commended Perez for immediately taking the accused officer off of the streets. That's the one good thing he did. This underscores the need for Bridgeport Police Department to conduct effective de-escalation training, Shaw said. They do need de-escalation training. Anyway, there you go, guys. I went through that as fast as I could. If I mumbled and bumbled, I'm sorry. Like, I said, it's almost time to go home, and I'm very, very tired. It's my Friday. But I'm letting you know what's going on with law enforcement across your nation. I want to know what you think in the comment section below. Hopefully, that's a lot. I just gave you a whole lot of information in just a short amount of time. You're probably going, oh my God. But I guess moral of the story here, the sum is a Bridgeport, Connecticut police officer ran up on a kid who was just starting to put his hands in the air and hit him in the head with the butt of his gun. It's being investigated. What do you think is going to happen? And he's on paid administrative leave. That's right. He's out there fishing while he's waiting the outcome of the investigation. And if fired, he'll resign first, and then he'll go be a cop maybe in New Hampshire or Vermont. Let me know what you guys think. News Now You Keep It, letting you know what's going on in law enforcement across your nation.